Iran has given Ukraine a warning: keep helping our enemies, and you become one. Kyiv has sent drone experts to the Gulf. Tehran has put Ukraine on its target list. Iran has missiles that can reach Kyiv. 60,000 Iranian drones have already hit Ukraine through Russia. The second war just noticed the first one. Ukraine is now being pulled deeper into the widening Iran conflict, and the stakes are rising fast. Iran has accused Ukraine of actively supporting what it calls a joint US-Israeli war effort. Tehran claims Kyiv is no longer a distant observer, but a participant. Ukraine has firmly rejected these allegations, calling them disinformation. At the heart of this growing rift is a long-running accusation. Ukraine says Iran has been supplying Russia with Shahed drones and missiles used against Ukrainian cities. Tehran denies direct involvement, but the issue has already strained ties.
Almost 60,000 drones shared by Iran with Russia have struck Ukraine since 2022. Not a single Ukrainian drone has ever hit Iran.
Now the conflict is expanding into new territory. Kyiv's position is clear. It insists it is not part of any military campaign against Iran. But recent developments suggest Ukraine is increasingly engaging in the Middle East theatre in other ways. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky told Axios on March 30th that a long war in Iran would be very good for Russia and very bad for Ukraine.
I am sure Russia wants a long war. They have benefits. The US is focusing on the Middle East and may decrease military help to Ukraine. Sanctions are partially lifted. I see only benefits for Russia from the war with Iran continuing.
Zelensky has offered Ukraine's expertise to help Gulf nations counter drone and missile threats, and even assist in reopening the strategically critical Strait of Hormuz.
There is an energy crisis. They know they can rely on our expertise in this area, and we discussed it in detail. We shared our experience with the Black Sea corridor and how it operates. They understand that our armed forces have been highly effective in unblocking the Black Sea corridor.
That offer has not gone unnoticed in Tehran. Iran now sees Ukraine's involvement in the Gulf as a hostile alignment. It has gone as far as including Ukraine in its legitimate targets rhetoric, signaling a sharp escalation in tone. But could this turn into direct conflict? Technically, yes. Iran possesses medium to long-range ballistic missiles such as the Khorram Shah and Sejil systems, with ranges estimated between 2,000 and 3,000 kilometers. Some newer systems are believed to reach up to 4,000 kilometers. That places parts, and potentially all, of Ukraine within theoretical striking distance. However, capability does not equal intent. Any direct Iranian strike on Ukraine would mark a dramatic escalation. Missiles would have to cross multiple countries, risking interception and triggering wider geopolitical consequences. It would almost certainly provoke a strong Western response, potentially expanding the conflict beyond its current boundaries. Tehran has targeted infrastructure in the Gulf that it claims is linked to Ukrainian assistance and continues to issue warnings. But there is no verified evidence of direct Iranian strikes inside Ukraine. The situation is now a complex web of overlapping conflicts. What began as separate wars are now increasingly intersecting, and as accusations grow louder and alliances shift, the risk is no longer just regional, it is global. Iran has claimed it carried out a strike inside the United Arab Emirates, alleging it targeted a facility linked to a Ukrainian defense site, a development that signals a further widening of an already volatile regional conflict. In a statement broadcast on state television, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps' Khatam al-Anbiya headquarters said it had struck what it described as a Ukrainian anti-drone system depot in Dubai.
As the hideouts of American commanders and soldiers in Dubai were targeted, A Ukrainian anti-drone system depot that was located in Dubai to assist the US military was targeted and destroyed.
However, Iran has not provided independent evidence to support its claim regarding the strike in Dubai, and there has been no immediate confirmation from Emirati or Ukrainian officials regarding the alleged targeting of a Ukrainian-linked facility. The claim comes at a sensitive moment, coinciding with an unannounced visit to the UAE by Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. During his visit, Zelensky said Ukraine and the Emirates had agreed to deepen defense cooperation, highlighting a growing alignment amid rising regional insecurity. Zelensky confirmed that Ukrainian specialists had been operating in the UAE for several weeks, contributing to efforts aimed at strengthening defensive capabilities and protecting civilian lives.
For several weeks now, Ukrainians have been working here to help in protecting lives. I met with members of our team here and discussed the initial results, the key conclusions from their work in the Emirates, as well as several proposals.
Zelensky's trip forms part of a wider Gulf tour that has also taken him to Saudi Arabia and Qatar, where he described holding important meetings focused on security and strategic coordination. His visit comes as Gulf states face increasing missile and drone attacks attributed to Iran, raising concerns about the expansion of hostilities beyond their original theaters. In remarks shared on social media, the Ukrainian president stressed the centrality of the Iranian threat for the new strategic partnership. As regional tensions continue to rise, the intersection of multiple actors and interests underscores the growing risk of further escalation and the increasing difficulty of containing it. A new geopolitical alignment is taking shape as Ukraine and Saudi Arabia deepen defense cooperation, signaling a convergence of interests that stretches from Eastern Europe to the Middle East. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has confirmed that Kyiv and Riyadh have signed a defense cooperation agreement, laying the groundwork for future military collaboration, technology sharing, and investment. The agreement comes at a time when both nations are navigating increasingly complex security environments, with Ukraine continuing its war against Russia and Saudi Arabia, facing heightened regional tensions linked to Iran.
We have reached an important arrangement between the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine and the Ministry of Defense of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia on defense cooperation. It lays the foundation for future contracts, technological cooperation, and investment.
Zelensky framed the deal as more than a bilateral agreement, positioning Ukraine as an emerging contributor to global security rather than just a recipient of support. The emphasis on technology and defense systems suggests Kyiv is looking to export battlefield-tested capabilities, particularly in air defense and drone warfare.
It also strengthens Ukraine's international role as a security donor. We are ready to share our expertise and systems with Saudi Arabia and to work together to strengthen the protection of lives.
This cooperation is rooted in shared threat perceptions. Zelensky drew a direct parallel between Ukraine's experience under sustained missile and drone attacks and the current security challenges facing the Middle East, particularly in the context of Iranian capabilities.
Now into the fifth year, Ukrainians are resisting the same kind of terrorist attacks, ballistic missiles and drones, that the Iranian regime is currently carrying out in the Middle East and the Gulf region. Saudi Arabia also has capabilities that are of interest to Ukraine, and this cooperation can be mutually beneficial.
Beyond defense, the discussions also expanded into broader geopolitical and economic dimensions. Zelensky confirmed that talks with Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman Al Saud included the evolving situation in the Middle East, Russia's alleged support for Iran, and the impact on global energy markets. The timing of the agreement is significant. As conflicts in Ukraine and the Middle East increasingly intersect, partnerships like this reflect a broader realignment, where security cooperation is no longer confined by geography. For Ukraine, it marks a step towards greater international influence, For Saudi Arabia, it opens access to a partner with recent, real-world combat experience in countering drones and missile threats. And for the wider region, it signals that the boundaries between wars are beginning to blur, with alliances forming across continents in response to shared challenges.